Hello guys, alright, so I just got back from watching Ready Player One. Now, alright, so a little bit about it. It was just released. It's rated PG-13. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Yeah. Currently it has an 8.0 out of 10 on IMDb with about 50,000-ish user votes, and it has 64% on Metacritic with 54 critics. It stars Ty Sheridan, who was in Mud, and Olivia Cooke, who was in Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. It's directed by, of course, Steven Spielberg, who we know from everything, like Jaws or whatever. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 74% by critics. It's certified fresh, with about 300 critics, and it has 80% by audiences, about 2,900-ish audiences. And the consensus from that is Ready Player One is a sweetly nostalgic thrill ride that neatly encapsulates Spielberg's strengths while adding another solidly engrossing adventure to his filmography. Now, I thought it was good. I will admit, when I first saw the trailer, and I saw Iron Giant, I was instantly hooked. But then, over time, when I kept seeing trailers, and I keep seeing a little bit more of the movie, I got nervous. Because I was afraid that the Easter eggs would be barely there, and the focus would be on ingredients that we've seen 10 million times before. And was it like that? Not as much as I thought. The Easter eggs are there. They are there, and they're used very well. My problem is that the film moves too quick. You don't really get a chance to actually let yourself be engrossed in a lot of them. Now, granted, they do have a lot there, like the Iron Giant's in it, the DeLorean, the Rubik's Cube, like everything. The soundtrack has it. It's in there, but that's not really the point of the film. Now, those who read the book get it. I didn't read the book. From what I heard, they made a lot of changes, and it doesn't matter at this point because it's a film. Most people will watch the film and read the book, usually. But when I thought from technical standpoints, the acting was good. I liked the acting. The score was good. I remembered. There's definitely parts I remembered, but I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I really went through a nostalgic deep watch of movies, so I was familiar with most of it. The score is pretty much like nostalgic shit. And then, I liked, overall it was good and I enjoyed it. The only problem was, the big thing about the movie is seeing Easter eggs from all pop culture. My problem is that the Easter eggs weren't always easy to spot. And normally I would be fine with that for a comic book movie or something, but considering your movie takes place in a world of Easter eggs, I would like to see them. Now, in terms of like a balance between being in the real world in the Oasis, I thought it did a good job. I kind of wished that we were in Oasis a touch more, but not by a lot. The only real negative I found in movies that, at least towards the beginning, they were really repeating dialogue twice, and sometimes they stated the obvious to me, personally. I know from people who aren't really familiar with pop culture or current or whatever, they might like that, but personally, I would rather not hear it. I'm tired of movies telling me shit. I want to just, like, telling me, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. I can see it. Don't show it, tell it. But they don't do that very often, to say the least. And I get why they did. There were some items I didn't recognize that they said, so it works for some things. What I got out of the movie that I didn't expect to get out was it was one thing to like pay tribute to the culture, but it's another thing to show why it's loved so much. And the movie won me over in the end in a way that I didn't expect it to. And it's really... Now, Holiday, he's mentioned in the trailer, the guy who founds the thing, the guy who plays him, the performance on him, is probably what won me over to loving this movie. Before I liked it, but fine. But he did. And his story in it made me realize really the true meaning of the movie, which isn't just like Easter eggs and living in a world of Easter eggs because real world sucks. That's a big part of it, but there's more to it than that. It's really almost borderlines a cautionary tale of spending too much time there. And this is, we already know about this, but the way he says it and the way they explore it makes sense, and it feels right in this movie. And there's a lot of elements from older films using this, so it's not really just a tribute to characters, it's a tribute to storytelling and to the people responsible for making those now cliches but were prominent back then happen. It's a tribute to really every ingredient of it, not just a quick little hi to Harley Quinn or the Iron Giant. It's more than that. And it took me a bit to see that during the movie, but I did see it. But I still loved it. It had funny moments, it had good acting, solid acting, good direction, of course, Steven Spielberg. Now, for the special effects are awesome. A very well done CGI. That's another criticism. The changes between the real world and Oasis, I felt like it could have been a touch more balanced. I felt like we spend a little bit of time there, a little time out there, then a lot of time, then this. I just felt like it could have jumped back and forth a touch smoother. But overall, it's a very well done film. I felt like I wouldn't mind if a few things got cut, like repetitive dialogue and whatever, because I felt like that kind of padded the movie. The movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. It could have used a touch of editing. But overall, it's an enjoyable film. I hope there's a sequel. Overall, there's a lot going on in the movie, a lot of things going on, and it balances it very well. I think what I wished it did more of, I wished there was more of a... It's hard to say. It's missing, I think what the biggest thing for me with the movie is I wish there was more that X factor. I felt like it captured it for a good chunk of the movie, but I felt like there was like just one too many moments where it didn't. Like, I wish the whole movie captured me. But there are a lot of scenes where it did, but there was one or two scenes where I'm like, this isn't 100% doing it for me. You know, for the most part it is, but it needs something more. And I think a lot of it has to do with the way it's edited and paced. And it's edited and paced fine, but I think it could have been better. So, for the most part, the ingredients that succeed 100%, and other ingredients that do succeed at like 70-80%, if that makes sense. But I'm overanalyzing at this point. Overall, it's a good movie. It's a sweet, cool tribute to nostalgia, and definitely watch it. I think it's geared to really anyone can watch it, because it has a little bit for younger kids for eggs and older kids for Easter eggs. And not just that, but just really a tribute to just really all aspects of media. Not just new media, but old media. And that's what I like most. I like seeing... And yeah, Holiday, he plays a bigger... He does play big, but he plays a bigger part on screen than you might think. And in my opinion, it really makes the movie, to me, feel like a great movie, to me. Without it, could it have been capitalized as a great movie? Probably, but I think it could have been... I don't know. I guess I just got done watching it. I may need a rewatch and let it sit for me a bit to really get it better, but overall, I say 4 out of 5. I won't say full 5. Actually, 4.5 out of 5. That extra half is just for those little moments, but I thought it was so huge that it definitely feels like it warrants something a little above than the typical very good 4 out of 5 star rating. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos. That's all I really have to say about it. It's a great movie. There's not really a whole lot more to say about it without giving away a ton of spoilers, which I kind of thought when I'm doing these to do more, just filtering spoilers, but I think I reserve them just because there's not really a whole lot. The movie's pretty self-explanatory on when you watch trailer. You pretty much know what's going to happen, and plus part of the awesomeness of the movie is really seeing it. So like the shit happening. But yeah, but enjoy the movie. Go check it out. It's still in theaters, of course, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.